welcome back to another video. Today I want to break down how I manifested my dream body within 3 months out of literally getting out of an ACL surgery, and it actually felt easy for me. It wasn't like I was forcing myself to go to the gym, to get in shape, to get my meals in. I went from skinny to jacked, putting on over 20 to 30 pounds of muscle, literally after an ACL surgery, all within the span of 2 to 3 months. Now, if I did it starting from a literally lower position than you did, then you can as well. Now, first point I want to get into, when you first hear manifestation, you probably think woo woo nonsense, smoke going up, it's just fucking blowing smoke up your ass. There's a bunch of nonsense. Now, that's what I used to think as well, but there's a problem in the fitness space, or people that lean too much towards one side, they often neglect the other side. So say for example in bodybuilding or getting in shape, a lot of people are materialistic, jocks or whatever, and they're retarded. So I believe sometimes you need duality to your character, and you want to learn and to sometimes tap into other parts such as your spirituality, learning how the mind works and all of that, so then it could help you and actually help you achieve even more material goals, so to say, and vice versa. Just wanted to give that disclaimer, so just to kind of open up your mind a little bit to the possibilities of manifesting, which I don't even like using that word. I like to talk about more about reprogramming your mind and reprogramming your subconscious. This is something a lot of people don't know about, so I just want to break it down. Now, the first step, it's not really manifesting. A lot of people think it's just sitting down there, closing your eyes, visualizing, and then just scratching your balls the whole day and thinking it's just magically going to fall from the sky. That's not how it works. How it actually works, I just want to break it down. Got my fucking notes today. Gonna bring an absolute banger. Now, I want you to understand that the visualizing does work, right? But it doesn't work in the way that you think it might work, right? So when you sit down and you start to believe and imagine and visualize a new version of yourself acting in accordance to the dream body that you want, your brain literally starts creating new neural pathways as if you were already that person. Now, this is huge because you yourself, you don't know how to get there, right? But now you're literally just programming in your mind to get there automatically by automatically creating these neural pathways in your brain. That's why fitness feels so hard for you. That's why you try going to the gym, try getting your meals in, but you can't, and you think and believe that you're a lazy sack of shit. And the more you feel and believe that, the more it feeds into the self-image, which is just what I was going to get into. Fuck, I'm too good. Now listen. Now, I want you to understand that your self-image controls everything. It controls your entire personality, how you act, how you behave throughout life, because you are not who you are. You are who you believe you are. You are who you think you are. And you need to control these beliefs. And how do you do that? You tap into your mind and understand how to control your self-image. Say, for example, you view yourself. Now, I'll just break down. The self-image is who you view yourself, who you believe you are, who you view yourself to be. So say, for example, you view yourself as someone that's shy, that's timid, that's weak, that's poor, that's ugly, that's broke. Yuck. That's who you're going to act like. That's the person you're going to act like. But if you just change this concept of yourself, you start imagining yourself as this new version of yourself, you will automatically start to act like that person. Which leads me to my second point. Your brain and your mind is a guided missile. Now you're probably like, what the fuck are you even on about? Listen, don't worry. Hear me out. Now, what I mean by guided missile is that your subconscious mind, your mind, acts like a guided missile in the sense that it sets a goal. It sets your eyes on a target, and it will automatically self-correct and get you there. Now, how do you feed this goal to your mind? Through imaginal pictures, imaginal scenes that you feed it, with feelings attached to the scenes, to make sure the feelings run through your body. because now you are quote unquote tricking your subconscious mind that you already are this person because it doesn't know the difference between a real experience and something that is vividly visualized or imagined. So now your mind will literally believe that you are now this person, that this scenario is happening to you right now. And this is what builds and creates your self image and the way you act. Now, instead of you feeling like you're pushing, forcing yourself in order to achieve your goals, whether it's getting your meals in, going to the gym, getting in shape, you're now being pulled by your goal. I swear to God, just do this one exercise I'm about to tell you right now. Right before you go to bed, you want to get in a very, very relaxed state. You want to breathe in just for around 10 to 20 times. Relax your whole body. And then imagine a scene, create a mental scenario in your head where you are in your dream body, your dream physique, walking through a crowd or a mall and people looking at you and you feeling the eyes of maybe the attractive ladies that you want to attract looking at you, looking at your muscles. How does it feel? Just create whatever scene can bring in the most emotions. Maybe it's your friends dabbing you up. Yo, you're fucking jacked, bro. How are you doing it, dude? You're looking sick. Maybe that's the scenario that you want to create and create the scene. Make it a 10 to 20-second scene and replay it over and over and over again. Saturate your mind with it and then fall asleep in this feeling, fall asleep in this state. And I swear to God, if you land this correctly, I promise you the next morning, you'll wake up like, what the? You'll just naturally go to the kitchen, make your breakfast, hit the gym, work out, automatically you will start taking action. Just do this exercise until you land it correctly, at least once or twice, and you'll see what I mean. And you know exactly when you hit it. I swear to God, it always happens to me. Whenever I land it correctly, I wake up the next morning as if I was a complete different person. Because when I went to sleep, when I fell asleep, I transferred that state of this new being into my subconscious, and it believed I was literally that person. That's how you start becoming this version. And that's what I did. I did this unconsciously without even knowing about it. What I would do, I would step on the scale and I would look at the number and just change. How would it feel if this number changing, me feeling stronger, more confident, more jacked? Because I went from super skinny and frail to putting on muscle in a very, very short period of time. Where for most people it takes like 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, a very long time. I did very, very quickly. And I'd step on that scale and I would just see myself, that number going up. Then I would look at myself in the mirror, flexing my skinny, frail fucking bone rack of a body. But I'd look in the mirror and I'd visualize my body with the dream physique that I wanted. And in 2 to 3 months of me doing this every day unconsciously, and it was only for a couple seconds. I didn't even do the night exercise that I just told you about. That's free game. I didn't even do that. I just did the exercise where I just looked in the mirror, just visualized myself as a different person with a different body. How would that feel? And I just kept going to the gym. On top of that, this is a side note, what I super recommend if you want to stay consistent with the gym, get a gym buddy. Start going with a friend and tell each other that, yo, let's be consistent, let's knock it out the park, and let's fucking do this. Start showing up every day and hold each other accountable for showing up to the gym and getting your meals in. That's all you have to do. And then this becomes super easy because for 99% of you, it's not even the fact of getting your meals in or getting the training done because you can do it for one day, right? And you knock it out the park for the one day, but at the end of the day, you're like, fuck, I have to do this every fucking day for 6 to 12 months. Now it feels like a drag because the main problem for you guys is your mental, is your mindset, is how you view yourself because you're still operating off of the self image of the skinny guy or the fat dude. I target mainly skinny dudes. Pause. But if you view yourself as a skinny dude in the past, you're not changing that self-image, and that's why it feels like you're forcing yourself. You're forcing yourself every single day, and it just doesn't align with your character. But if you change this, I promise everything else in your life will change because your self-image controls everything. Remember that. And once you change that, once you change the operating system that you're operating from, everything becomes easy. Going to the gym feels natural. You wake up and just start taking aligned action with the new character that you're becoming. And on top of that, with your friend holding you accountable, now you're taking congruent action with that character, which just makes it easier for you and builds it even faster and builds that dream body of yours even faster, the same way I did within 2 to 3 months. I was literally limping in the fucking gym with my cast on a week after surgery, limping like this. I looked like fucking Forrest Gump in there, but I was still walking or limping from exercise to exercise, from machine to machine, and working out and getting it done. Now, obviously, I didn't train legs until I could consistently start training them, but I started with what I could. I started from a position way lower than what you're starting out at, and I did it in 2 to 3 months. Now, I'm not saying you can get the same exact transformation because genetics and every single body is different, but you can definitely 100% without a doubt create drastic change in your life just by doing this exercise. It could be for a couple minutes a day. Now it's making your self-image align with the dream character that you want to become. Now, hopefully, no, actually, not fuck that. Now, hopefully, I know that was extremely valuable. So go ahead, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I recorded a free training breaking everything down, including free workout plan, a free workout meal. What the fuck? Free workout plan and a free meal plan included in the description below. Go ahead and click that, check it out, and also with mental training, which is just left out in the fitness industry as a whole. And I just want to put so much emphasis on that because I know if you guys just lock that in, your whole life will change, especially your fitness journey as well. And that'll just end you up, that'll just start you off on the path of upward spiral and your life getting better for good. Now, make sure to leave a comment, like, comment, subscribe, and catch you in the next one.